So welcome everybody to a quite unusual drive today on Autogefühl. We are in the Tesla Model S, and that's a sports car, fully electrical. You can hear it, there is no engine sound. And this is the strongest version, the p85 Plus. They have 3 different versions, and the 85 Plus is the most powerful with 600 Newton meter of torque and 421 horsepower. Yeah, coming out of no combustion engine, but just from the battery, the lithium-ion battery, specially developed by Tesla. And in this interior here, it starts all digital. I mean, the most obvious feature, it's the by far largest screen in all motor cars currently built in the world, is this 17-inch, well, it's more or less an iPad in your car. And we have here the Google Maps map, and the little red arrow here is our Tesla moving along this B road here in the very nice area around Bochum in West Germany. And also the main instrument, the combi instrument in front of me, is all digital. We have the speedometer here in digital form, and then here on the left side and on the right side we can see how economical we drive, how much energy we use. So if we go down here, it's now in the green area. That means we save energy, and the recuperation is also working. Like in the BMW i3, you can drive the car with the one pedal philosophy. So you'd hardly ever use the brake pedal in this car. So if we have a look to the screen now in the reverse gear, it's a huge reverse camera here with the picture of this camera. Again, a very nice feature. The only thing I dislike, actually, I mean, the car is fully internet connected. It's the first car which is connected to the internet, and it's working all the time, also during driving, and I think this is very dangerous. It could distract you from the road, checking your emails or surfing the web during high-speed driving on the Autobahn. I think that should be forbidden. You should only be allowed to use that when the car is standing still. So coming to the chassis of the car, this is shot with 19-inch Pirelli winter tires, and surprisingly it's very nicely sprung, it's very comfy. There is even a more comfortable standard version, but this one is still on the soft side, and it's a very good balance between agile handling and good ride comfort. And it comes as no surprise, because the chassis engineers of this car, they know German cars. I mean, the engineers come from Bielstein, some of them, and the target was to get a similar feeling in terms of road handling like on the BMW 5 Series. And I think they have achieved that pretty nicely. It's good fun on the road, and I think with summer tires and 20-inch tires rather than these winter rubber, it's even better. Coming to the switchgear, there are just 2 hard keys left in that car. It's the emergency brake lighting, the alert lighting here, and this to open the glove box. The rest is all like on your iPad. We can have some more pictures later on, and we have column stalks here from Mercedes-Benz, 3 of them, and also the keys for the electronic window lifters. They come from the Mercedes-Benz parts bin. So let's take a brief look to the rear section of the Tesla Model S. And the designer of that car is Franz von Holzhausen, a very German sounding name. And actually he has German ancestors. He was formerly with Mazda, and I think you can see a little bit of Mazda 6 design here in these rear haunches. Whereas this is very much Jaguar XF, I would say. And there's also a little bit of Aston Martin here in the D-pillar section. But nevertheless, it's a quite beautiful coupe design, no doubt. And what I particularly like, and it's a little bit like on the new Jaguar F-Type, you see here these door grips. They come out if you touch them, and then you can open the door. And it's a very neat solution, and now they should go back. They don't. Probably if you close them with the key fob. We'll check that later on. So I just take a close look to this very beautiful shaped key fob. It's a little bit like on the Porsches nowadays, and it looks at least a bit like the Tesla Model S. But the most funniest thing is if you push that key fob here, then the door grip goes back in its original position. Normally you would think it's a 5-seater, but what a surprise if you open that trunk lid here, and what comes into our view? A nice little bench for 2 kids. And they are facing in the opposite direction, so they look out of the rear window. And if you want to get more space instead of these 2 seats, it's a very complex system, and I hope I managed to do it now. I practiced a few times, I can tell you. Yes. And down it goes here. No, Thomas? Yes. Was maybe not very elegant, but this is how it should work. And now we have a quite nice luggage area for this sports car. The front end is also, I think, very neat and very clear. It's not much gimmick. Very nice headlights, and we have this Tesla badge here. And now we are very interested what's under this hood. I mean, there is no engine, of course. So instead of an engine, there's another quite decent luggage room. Look at this square section here. So you can store quite a bit of luggage in this compartment as well. And here we have 2 struts, very solid, nicely done. This Tesla Model S is equipped with a very nice sunroof, and to operate this sunroof, of course, there is no switch here, and normally you would search for the switch up here, but again you go to your iPad, press sunroof, and then just open it like this. I mean, isn't that nice? And I was told that you have to drive the car for a maximum of 1 week, and then you learn all this and you get accustomed to it, and when you swap back to a conventional car, you feel like going back into the Stone Age. So the very first impression, it's a short impression, but it's a absolutely positive impression of this Tesla. Another type of car, another type of sports car, but I can imagine you can drive there for 3-4 hours on the German motorway without major stress. They say if you drive around 140-150 kilometers per hour on the motorway, you can have a range of 350 to 400 kilometers, which is very good for an electric car. And then you have these special quick chargers developed by Tesla for Tesla owners that give you an extra push to finish your journey. Of course, at the moment in Germany there are not many of them, but in Norway, for instance, they have already some quick charger highways, and of course, first of all, in the United States you can travel from coast to coast by this Tesla, always with quick chargers in every 300 or 400 kilometers distance. So the future looks quite bright, because they will have the Model X next year, which is a type of SUV car, but a little bit smaller than this one. And then everyone, of course, expects the Model E, I think they have codenamed it. This will be a Tesla from the size of the BMW 3 Series. And then together with the new battery factory that they are currently under construction, we are very anxious to see how this brand will develop in the future. Bye bye and thumbs up and subscribe Autogefühl.de.